Yeah, I mean, you look at just talking about updated projections for the season. I think it was last week that the SP Plus was updated. Auburn is projected to have the number 11 defense in terms of efficiency this season in college football. And it starts on the defensive line where you've got a couple future NFL players there in Colby Wooden and Derek Hall. The secondary, I know they lose an All-American in Roger McCreary, but they've got some nice pieces who have sort of been waiting in the wings, getting their opportunity in the rotation over the past few years. Linebacker is a big question mark for me, just because Owen Papo, he's a lone 5-star on the roster. He's a guy who's probably going to be playing in the NFL in the future, but he was injured for pretty much all of last season and just didn't look like himself. So if he doesn't completely return to form, there might be some question marks there. But you're exactly right. I mean, you look at Auburn over the past 5, 6, 7, really since Kevin Steele was their defensive coordinator. That's what they've been able to hang their hat on. That's been the consistent part of this program when you're comparing both sides of the ball, and you look at the experience they've got on the roster from last year, and like you mentioned, the experience they're pulling in from the transfer portal. We've got a guy like a DJ James, who's a starter at Oregon, a guy like a Morris Joseph and a Jason Jones on the defensive line, both players who are projected to be impact players there at defensive tackle. A guy like a Eugene Asante is a veteran linebacker from North Carolina. And so, they've got a lot of pieces. I do think probably that top 5 range in terms of the SEC, in terms of defenses, is probably their expectation this season. And it's going to have to be. They're going to have to hold down the fort for this team while they're figuring out the quarterback situation over the course of the first few weeks of the season, I think.